on this same issue. Okay, so yesterday the commissioning was done. The power plant was installed. Would it, first of all, let me ask you, because there's an objective for doing all this. Would it work?
Finally, they did a transfer. The proper commissioning is the technical commission. That is the most important one to be assured that the integrity of the plant is intact. It can operate safely and soundly the way it is designed to protect the plant itself, human beings, and capital invested. That's the most important thing. What was done was fanfare, and it's expected. You know the type of politics that we have. It's expected. But the question is, will it solve themselves? Absolutely not. It doesn't solve themselves. However, it's been part of our own national energy strategic plan to have a plant within the middle belt of Ghana. It's been on the drawing board since the last 10 years plus because of the long distance the lines have to traverse from the southern corridor through the middle belt to the northern corridor of Ghana. Voltages may drop along the way, and so you will need another plant there to boost up the voltage so that outages and possible blackouts can be avoided. You know, low voltage electricity is as good as nothing. And so, if we work well, it may address the voltage drop within the middle belt that we experience once in a while, or consistently, not just once in a while. But then, when are we going to start? Where is the fuel? Today we have plants here in the southern corridor, more accessible to the pipelines and the ocean vessel. Yet the plants are idle for lack of fuel. And so Ameri will experience the same until the main challenge we have in the sector is addressed. Relocation of Ameri to be called Kumasi Power Plant will not resolve Dumsor.
But you're saying the only thing that it will perhaps do is deal with the matter of the drop in voltage because of the distance that you have to transport power.
Exactly the case. The intention is to support voltage levels, generate some power there, including reactive power, to show up the level. That is all.
But also the fact that Ameri is coming on stream means I don't know, but we are at least bringing on stream over 100 megawatts of power if they are able to put it on. Would that not be significant enough? Because you were talking about the fact that our generation capacity currently at peak is not able to meet our demand. If we are bringing over 100 megawatts, should it not help?
Not at all, Senna. It's not like we don't have capacity today. We have enough of an installed capacity, enough of a dependable capacity, but available capacity is the issue. And it's not like the plants are not available. No, they are not. The capacity is not available because there is no fuel for the plant to work. And so if Ameri was still at Takrady and they had fuel, they could rather power 250 and not 100 megawatts. Because, you know, they took just this component of Ameri to Kumasi. That's 150 megawatts. These are 10 units, 25 megawatts each, making up the 250 megawatts. So they took 50 units. So as for capacity, there are idle plants here, ready to work, waiting for fuel. Why is fuel not coming? Because there's financial constraint. We cannot buy fuel. We can't pay the fuel suppliers. That's the problem we have to do, Senna.
So that problem will not be solved by this whole fanfare. It won't do anything.
Relocation, renaming of Ameri will not solve Dumsor. Financial constraint, let's address that one. Let's be liquid as a sector so that we're able to buy fuel, so we're able to pay the utilities, so that they can undertake plant maintenance and assure themselves that their plants are always ready to work, giving fuel. That's all the problem we have.
And finally, on that one, because I have one last question to ask you, because you told me that the whole idea of Gensa is to move gas from the Takoradi hub all the way to Kumasi. And I thought that has been done. Should that not deal with the matter of fuel? For at least the plant?
Connected the pipelines, that's fine. But how much natural gas is Ghana gas processing? It's the same Ghana gas that is feeding the other plants in the Western Corridor. And they don't have fuel. They don't have enough to power. So if you want to take some to Kumasi, then of course you are deducting that from the gas flow to Amoasi. That is all. What we need to do is to increase the capacity of natural gas processing. We need another Akwabo. Unfortunately, our gas production offshore, that Akwabo depends on to process, that production, it's equally fallen because our oil production is falling. Our fields are no more green, they are becoming brown. We need new investment upstream so that they can produce more gas or more oil that may be associated with natural gas to feed processing plants, natural gas processing plants. And we need an additional processing plant as well.
Wow, those are very significant investments that you're asking for. If we want to solve this problem.
Of course. You see, today we'll discuss guaranteeing reliable power on a national dialogue between 6 and 9. It will be interesting. It will be interesting because you are not just looking at the availability of the generating plant. No, you are also looking at fuel supply to the plant. That equation needs to be addressed. Consistent fuel supply, reliable fuel supply, diversified fuel supply. You are also looking at diversified generating capacities beyond hydro and fossil fuel thermal power generation. What other type of power generating system are you bringing? Are you bringing on renewables? Are you bringing on nuclear to diversify so that when one source is disrupted, it doesn't really affect the entire chain? Number two, we need to address the challenge in the transmission grid. We need to address the challenge in the distribution grid. We need to address the challenge with revenue collection. We need to set our tariffs right. The equations, the factors in that equations are many. All these variables must be touched on before we can address this power challenge and make it more sustainable.
Well, like I said, one last question, because now moving to fuel, because it looks like you're still projecting further increases in the price of fuel. Already we are at 14. You're saying to continue to go up?
Already 14.99. That is
yes, 15. That's 15.
So it's not 14.
And you're saying that is not the ceiling? It will continue to go?
One. Yes, but there are three things that can change the direction of fuel price, whether upward or downward. Three critical things. And two, we have control over. The other variable we don't have control over. If we choose to have control over that variable I'm talking about, we can, but we must deliberate to address that one. The first two within our capacity today is addressing the cedi-dollar relationship, that forex exposure, because we sell the fuel in Ghana fees, yet we buy or we import in dollar denomination. And so anytime the value of the cedi drops, then more dollars must be sought for by the importers to go and buy. That forex exposure we have to pay at the pump. That is one. Number two, governments have taxes and levies laden on the fuel, representing close to 22%. If government chooses to take away some of this levy, prices will drop. If they increase and introduce new ones, prices will go up. The last bit is that because we import, and that's what I say we don't have much control over, we are exposed to the international fuel market. When crude oil price on the world market go up, most of the derivatives of crude, including gas oil, gasoline, and LPG, may go up because the crude represents close to 70% of the input of refinery. So it's an impact. Unfortunately, we are going into the summer proper, and so in Europe and in America, where most of these fuels are generated, they must set themselves right for the winter. Whether key role of fuel performs in your engine. So most of the refineries may shut down soon. The refinery to begin to process the summer grade. When they shut down and it's extended, note that it will affect inventory or stock levels on the global scale. That will impact on the price negatively. Prices will go up. And so summer grade of fuels most of the time expensive compared to winter, particularly during the changeover period. And also that type of fuel, you have to introduce additives, additional costs. And so we know that in the next 6 weeks, international price of fuels will go up. And because we are importers, we are exposed to that as well. And we know that government is not going to take away any tax. And we know that our city is performing so poorly. So international price and city's poor performance may reflect at the pump in the next 6 weeks. That's why you may brace yourself for 17 Ghana, 16 Ghana later the next 1.5 months.
I see. Nana, thank you very much for speaking to us.
Thanks for having me. Good morning to you, listeners.
Good morning to you, Nana. Nana Amoasi, the 7th, long may he reign, Executive Director, Institute for Energy Security, joining us this morning to comment on the movement of the Ameri power plant. It now has some, what's the name that they're giving to it? It says Kumasi one, Anyway, we have big problems, so we are solving them. What